first of all, congratulations to your movie. What a roller coaster ride. It was amazing.
Oh, thank you. It was a roller coaster making the movie, so yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that. So the film is about Joshua, who hunts the creator of an artificial intelligence that treats humanity. You directed this film and you also wrote this story. What was your motivation?
There was lots of motivations, I guess. The main one was I had made a very low budget first film that I had a very creative experience on. But sadly, no one really saw it because it was so small. But then I got to do these big, massive Hollywood films off the back of it, like Godzilla and Star Wars, Rogue One. And so I was trying to marry those two together and find this sort of sweet spot of having all the creative freedom of a small film, but with the scope and scale of a massive blockbuster. And so this was really me, this movie is me trying to marry those two things together and do something epic, but also very intimate and a little bit artistic at times, I hope.
Okay, okay. So we don't want to give away too much about the story, but how do you envision the future of AI in real life? After all, many have concerns, especially writers and actors, and to be honest, on some point, me as well.
Yeah, I think it's a massive, it's up there with, you know, the invention of electricity and the computer being invented and the internet. It's going to be a real big one like those, I think. But just like those, we get to the other side of it when the dust has settled and we look backwards, and I don't think anyone would go back. Like, I think everyone's happy with electricity, happy with computers, happy with the internet even. And so I think there will be a lot of turmoil for a few years and a lot of concern, but it'll ultimately, I think the positives are gonna outweigh the negatives. And you know, one of the negatives being that we all get enslaved by robots, and it's like, you know, we get great films, but we also might die under the hands of our robot overlords. It's kind of like, I think it's a gamble worth making for good movies, right?
Okay, absolutely, yeah, yeah. But you don't have concerns at all, or do you see something you say we have to be worried about, or we have to be have a watch on this, especially?
I have concerns, but normally with any great technology, the concerns are people. Like every time you look at something, you know, nuclear weapons, nuclear bombs haven't just launched themselves, and it's been us deciding to use them against, you know, another nation or something. And so pick whatever it is that's terrible that's happened with any technology, and it's usually a human or two that has misused it. So I think the problem's going to be us, not the technology. And at the moment, AI doesn't feel like it's self-aware. Like the versions we have today, everyone who works on it will tell you that it's just very convincing, which is kind of like our movie in a way. The whole kind of dilemma of the film is there's this child that seems very real, and you can end the war. All you have to do is kill the kid, and our character just gets torn about what the right thing to do is during the film, really.
Okay. You're also a specialist in visual effects, and the creator is superbly done visually, by the way. You also made, you just spoke about Rogue One, a Star Wars story back in 2016. Did that experience have an influence on the creator, especially on the robots or the special effects?
Oh yeah, I mean, Star Wars is, you know, I'm speaking English to you now because my parents spoke English to me as a child. So you grow up speaking English, right? You could speak any language, but happen to live in England. And it's like if you watch, like I did, I watched Star Wars every day as a kid, like to death. So when you get to make films, you kind of speak Star Wars. And so I kind of, if anything, as we were making this film, we were trying to remove Star Wars from it because it was too much like that at times, you know, because you just can't help it when you're doing science fiction. Um, but yeah, I'm George Lucas is kind of like you know, for two reasons is the reason I'm making films. First, with inspiration, and second, all the digital tools we used, like digital cameras, all those breakthroughs, editing on a computer, even the digital effects that were done by Industrial Light and Magic, they're all because of him pushing the technology. And so when AI, you know, everyone talks about AI like the apocalypse is coming, but I get excited because I think it's kind of an opportunity where we might have like a Jurassic Park moment where there's like cinema before CGI and after CGI. There might be probably going to be one before AI and after AI.
So my time is mostly up, unfortunately. Very last short question. What do you want the audience to take away from the film? What's your wish?
I think if you try to create a message, a really strong moral message in a movie, you can make probably tends to make a really bad film. And so I just tried to make something that I got like super interested in as we were writing it. And there is a message there that it's like a child, you know, it grows up and it tells you what it wants to be. And I feel like the message that I get from the movie is that we should have more empathy for people who are different to us and try and see opposite point of view. Like we're very easy at like polarizing the world and you're either the good guy or the bad guy. But I think if you look at everything from the bad guy's point of view, we're the bad guy and they're the good guy. And it's probably true, to be honest.
Gareth, thank you so much talking to us. Congratulations again, and I hope I can talk to you soon for another project. All the best for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.